Hey there, welcome to the latest episode of the Sexy Thyroid Solution. I'm your host, Angela Brown. So today I want to talk all about thyroid supplements, but if you could do me a really big favor, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you could subscribe to my channel and then you're going to hit the bell so you get a notification every Thursday when I release a new video. And then if you're watching this on my other social handles, share this and like this. Maybe tag someone who could benefit from this. So let's talk all about thyroid supplements. I love talking about this. For one, there are so many thyroid supplements out there and it's very, very confusing. I know when I started on my thyroid journey many years ago, it was overwhelming because again, there's so much information, there's so many different supplements, you don't know what you need. So I wanted to talk more about this. The other big reason I want to talk about this is because I'm not one, I don't throw a lot of people on supplements that work with me in my one-on-one program. I do a lot of testing. So keep that in mind that I'm more apt to put people on things or recommend things based off of their testing. I do think that's a better route to go, but I wanted to give you an idea of some things that I think a lot of people with a slow thyroid could benefit from and what you can do about it. So one of the first things that I love to utilize inside of working with someone that has a slow thyroid is potassium. Potassium is so important. One of the reasons is it helps with thyroid hormone conversion. It helps with sensitizing thyroid cells, and it's often overlooked. It's not one that's really tested for. I do test for it. It's in my thyroid program with the hair tissue mineral analysis testing, and almost everyone that I work with is low. It's always low. So keep in mind that you need about 4,500 milligrams every single day of potassium just for normal function. So if you're really low on it, you're not going to be utilizing 4,500 milligrams. So supplementing with it is typically really important. You can get it from foods, obviously, but a lot of times it's really hard to get 4,500 milligrams a day. So I love supplementing with it. I love utilizing a chelated form of potassium. I think it's more absorbable. Another one is magnesium. Magnesium, I feel like everyone needs. Now, working with people with hypothyroidism, usually you're pretty stressed out. You're tired of all the back and forth with doctors and not getting answers and all that stuff. So by the time they come to me, most of them are deficient in magnesium. And again, we're going to see that on the hair test. Magnesium is needed for a lot of things. It's like over 70 something different enzymatic functions that you need magnesium for. So one of the big things I like magnesium for is it's very calming. It's your calming mineral. And it, I mean, like I said, when you're struggling with hypothyroidism, I know when I was not very calm. I was tired of everything. I was frustrated. And so you do get deficient in magnesium. So that is one that I really like. I don't recommend something like a magnesium citrate. That is like a laxative effect. So if you need to go poop, be my guest, have some magnesium citrate. It's not absorbable though. So you need something like a chelated one, glycinated, buffered, something like that. Those are your more absorbable magnesiums. And a probiotic, I think, is always essential as well. And here's my reason for that. Your gut flora, you have good bacteria and bad bacteria. When there's a lot of bad bacteria as opposed to the good bacteria, it can cause something like dysbiosis. And so your gut function is just off. Well, 20% of your thyroid hormone conversion happens in your gut. So it's really crucial to make sure you're addressing gut stuff. One of the ways is a probiotic. Now, obviously, if you're working with me one-on-one, we dive way deeper if we need to go further into like digestive enzymes, something for leaky gut, things like that. But as a general rule, almost everyone that works with me, they do need a probiotic because we just need to create a good gut flora to assist with that thyroid hormone conversion. There's so many probiotics out there. If you're working with me, anyone that's worked with me already knows that I am a big proponent of spore-based probiotic. I think they're more diverse. They survive the pH and the temperature of the gut and all that stuff. So I think a spore-based one is really good. There's several out there. If you have questions about that, let me know. But I do recommend something along those lines. And then tyrosine is something else that I started utilizing a lot more recently in my practice because I actually took it myself years ago. And tyrosine is needed to help with making thyroid hormone. So a lot of people with hypothyroidism are deficient in it. It's not like one of those things where you can test, are you deficient in tyrosine? You can't do it like on a hair test, but the majority of people are. Now I will say tyrosine is something along those lines is usually in these combo thyroid products. And I want to talk a little bit about that. So there are so many thyroid combo products out there that have herbs and some of these minerals that I was just talking about. It can be one of those scenarios where it can be a good and bad scenario for you. So I do like some thyroid combo products. I think they're really, really good. I'm super picky about the ones that I use in my practice. One of the reasons is a lot of these thyroid combo products have a lot of iodine in them. Well, I work with a lot of people with Hashimoto's, and when you have Hashimoto's, iodine can sometimes cause a flare-up. Now, I'm not saying everyone's going to have this happen, but I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant to put someone on a combo product or recommend it when it has iodine in it. If it's a low, really, really low amount of iodine, it's not as big of a deal, but I have seen some where the iodine is really high. And people with Hashimoto's, like I said, a lot of times that can cause a flare-up. Once the Hashimoto's is, the antibodies have lowered and people are feeling better, then you can maybe throw that in. But I typically am not a huge proponent of those type of things. A lot of them have copper, really high amounts of copper, and I don't recommend that as well when you're struggling with something like this and trying to get the thyroid more optimal. So be very careful with combo products. There are some that I like. If you have more questions about that, let me know. I can give you a little bit more information about that, but like I said, I'm pretty hesitant on that. There can be some things in them that I don't think are beneficial, and some things where the amount's not enough. Like a lot of them have selenium in them, so that's another one I want to talk about. Selenium is super, super important for thyroid function, and the problem with these combo products is a lot of times it'll have like 50 mcg in it, and that's just not enough. You usually need about 100, most of the time 200. I'm usually going to recommend that amount. So you have to take more anyways. But selenium is super important because it helps with thyroid hormone conversion. It helps with a lot of different things, but it's so important for thyroid function. So you can get it obviously in supplement form like I just talked about. The other thing is a Brazil nut every day has a ton of selenium. So that is one way to get it in. I will tell you, I have some that their gut health is so bad that absorbing selenium from a Brazil nut is not going to happen because their gut health is just horrid. It's inflamed, it's ticked off, so we're going to have to rely on supplement until their gut gets settled down and they can tolerate having Brazil nuts, stuff like that. So if you have questions, reach out. I would love to know from you guys, what is one of your favorite thyroid supplements? What is one of your favorite things that you've taken that you've noticed has really, really helped you? I know I have my favorites. Selenium is definitely one of them that I feel like I can't live without. I love it. It works great for my thyroid. But let me know what one of your favorite ones are, because that definitely helps me too. I like getting feedback like that, especially in the thyroid world, because there's just, like I said, there's so much information out there that isn't always the best information, and it can get overwhelming and very confusing. So I would definitely love to know what your favorite one is. So hope you guys have an awesome day. If you have questions, reach out. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.